All right, let's get into the Crapture setting on the live stage with Shaquille O'Neal running off, and they're talking about the olive oil and those things. So, as the invisible enemy is coming back upon the earth in one way, shape, or form, it's not going to be so invisible. And some of you will smell this enemy first. And some of you will walk into this enemy, and some of you will just try and get out of there so fast you'll have skid marks left on you. But either way, you're going to be crop dusted for this new garden that's being set and that fertilized. And so as the scent trail, and the scent is tied to the money and the flood setting for the currencies, and this is where he had to run off. There's like that channel being set in one way. And then he's tied to the O'Neal, which is tied to April O'Neal for the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turd Dills. And these turd dills are for your Crapture setting for the shell shock and hell shock. And basically when you crap and you smell it or whatever, and you smell other people's shit or whatever, you're basically getting little particles of fecal matter in the air, and you're smelling it. So this is kind of where the enemy is not so invisible anymore, but it is invisible because you can't see it, but you can only see it like sitting in the bowl waiting for you on the throne. And your king, your lord inside of you is being taken to the chessboard. Inhale, exhale, chessboard. And as the kings being knocked all around this chessboard, are placed here and there and whatever, with the rook and the knight and the castle and the pawns and queens and kings and all this. This is where the king spirit's thrown down on that throne that we're shown. This really all just depends how you look at it, but some will get that bad deal worse than others. And that bat deals with the bats and going into the caves and the darkness and all that stuff. We saw that the corona and all that came from the bats, and all these things are kind of being opened up now as far as what they are and what's been done, and they're slowly taking you all deeper and deeper into the cave. And as the light goes out in here, they're putting the petro inside you, artificial dyes and colors or whatever, and this helps feed the flame inside as you're going into the darkness and as you're going in. Okay, so it's overlapping, and you got the phoenix and the fire and the firearms, those things that are going and overlapping, and the right to bear arms and the foot of the bear and all those things overlapping. So as everybody has basically self-admitted this, that, and the other, or they go to the doctor with this, that, and the other, and you have these side effects of this, that, and the other. This is where we're going, like the vets with the PTSD, and then being able to have firearms and all those things in the future. This is where you just keep your shit to yourself, basically. And as all the shit's being spewed from people, you're going to have shit spew from you. So this is like the spiritual into the carnal. And we got to go in to come out and all those things where it's like a frequency flush on the earth. And those who got corona and or went through that route or whatever went on, right, with that thing, okay? We can see how the 80-20 rule kind of went on with that in a way, and as that 80-20 rule, that 80-year-old is going to die in a way or be given into rebirth, and then the 20 left over is going to take care of that baby that's coming out of that one that makes it through that mindset. So this is where they're rebuilding the temples with the art of, they're telling you about the food having the artificial this, that, and the other, and it being linked to this, that, and the other, and they're trying to find the cause of autism. So they're telling you one and the other. So it's a trifecta, a little thing, and you are what you eat. So all these things, and you're sleeping on these things, you're wearing these things, putting these things on your body. You're eating petroleum, you're drinking petroleum, you're putting petroleum on, you're wearing petroleum in your clothes, all those things. So that's that pet making you into one of those things. You've had to kind of come out of that and detox from those things in different ways. And we've had this internet or library to be able to go out and gather intelligence and bring in our own intelligence to where we can gather this, that, and the other and make up our own decision. But unfortunately, we have to go in this dark light, this white light, bring them all together. And we got to go in and go out, go in, go out of each and one. We can't just stay in one. But the point is we're here to download information. There's a time and season for everything. We have to, when it's time to get out of this one, we have to have a summer, spring, fall, and winter to each kind of thing in our life and move forward, or you're going to be like that puddle of water with the stagnant water or whatever. You're not flowing and all those types of things. You got to think of water and be like water. And either way, folks, you are water. You're 70% water, they tell us. And being 70% water, you got to keep your water clean, because you're running around, you're moving and all these things, shaking the water up inside. Even if the water's all cloudy and dirty and all these things, in your life and your mind and all these things are going to be cloudy and dirty. And there's things upon this earth that we're given and able to, that takes things from the body and pushes it out, okay? And a lot of these things they tell you is bad for you, or they've made illegal, or whatever circumstances are going on to control this beast. But you got to understand from a big picture that we're going from one age to another age, and the age of the hive, the majority, and all these things are being changed from one to another, and there's nothing wrong with it. There's nothing bad with it. It's just understanding this terrarium that we live in, where there's something on the other side of this thing where we're coming into this, and all kinds of different things going on. But the Crapture setting is setting on the earth, and the candy bars are being laid upon the earth, and the Mars bar, the Musketeers, that Twix with the She on the back side on the double stack for the Twin 911 towers, and that Butterfinger going on there, little Nut Rage and little Hershey's on the Yee side, and keeping your scorecard for the 3 scores, and the zeros for the Heroes, and the Heath bars, and all those other things. But little snickerdoodles going on there for man, what was that show with the I'll remember it here in a minute, but they had to get out of the pool. Sandlot, I think, for the candy bar turd or whatever. But that pool setting for the old flood waters and the currency change and flood upon the earth, that's all here in the days of Noe, the Noam, Christy, whatever. It's all there in front of you, folks. Okay, so we'll just end it here, because the muskrat and the skunk and the crop dusting and the Sasha and Malia being dropped off at the pool with Obama, those types of things in the toilet, those things I will be waiting for in one way, shape, or form. Okay?